what it was. Y'all know who it is. And y'all tuned in with priceless knowledge of self. And this right here, this ain't nothing but some cosmic insight. And say, man, I don't know what day it is in whatever city, county, state, country, continent, planet, dimension, or density you're currently coded in. But right here where I'm sitting, it's Tuesday. And so we finna talk turkey today. But before we even do that, hey man, let me give y'all a quick explanation, even though I can't stand explaining myself. The light in here, it's not flickering. I don't have any filter on my camera. I don't have any flash on. I don't have anything going on that could logically explain whatever the hell's going on with this lighting that I'm watching on this live feed as I'm speaking to y'all. So I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of cosmic disturbance. Maybe it's my personal magnetism fucking with the electronics. Who knows? But we're going to have to thug it out today, and I think we'll be all right. Okay? Because the knowledge I'm finna give you is still going to be on point and at the real. And today, it's going to make sense. And for the people that we're going to speak on today, for it to make sense, a lot of the times, it has to make dollars. That's because this right here, this a little something about those people that have Mercury in the second house of their natal chart. Yeah. And see, before we even go there, if you don't know my style, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to give y'all a little bit of information about Mercury. I'm going to give y'all a quick breakdown of the energy that comes along with it and how it might affect you. Then after that, we'll talk a little bit about what the second house of the astrological chart is all about. Then after that, we're going to bring it to a culmination, which fortunately for you, this is what I do best. So without wasting any more, without wasting any more time, let's get it cracking. So Mercury is named after the winged messenger of the gods, and it most definitely comes into our chart and commands us to speak. And that's because it's all about communication, intellect, intelligence, logic, reasoning, our attitude, as well as our ability to create and express our thought processes. And when something's referred to as having a mercurial nature, the first thing that comes to mind for me is restlessness and motion. That's because with Mercury, things happen fast here, man. And that also makes it all about quick wit, quick thinking, possibilities, opinions, reasoning, and the ability to rationalize shit. And hey, it can be both good and bad, but either way it goes, it's going to be energizing. And this planet right here, it wants us to move on from one thing to the next and find answers on both the physical and the psychological level. And, it's dexterous, it's perceptive energy that also rules over short trips, our siblings, transportation in general, speaking, writing, books, online communication, and learning. All that come under Mercury's domain. And also understand that Mercury is never more than 28 degrees away from the sun. And it only takes about 88 days to go through its whole entire orbit. And it rules over the signs Gemini, Virgo, and the third and the sixth house of the zodiac chart. And it's neither feminine or masculine energy. It kind of assumes the gender of whatever sign that it's in. And when we're talking about Mercury's sign, this points to our mental habits, our communication style, our attitude. Now, when we're talking about the house placement, this shows what area of life that plays out in the most. Okay. That shows the area of life that our mind is on the most and that we're most comfortable operating in mentally. Okay. So that's something to think about. Now, when we're talking about the second house, the second house is ruled by Venus and the sign of Taurus. And it kind of symbolizes what the self has to work with materially in this life. So our possessions, our money, our physical resources, they all can be found here. And it can also represent our desires and our values too. Planets placed here, they operate in the field of material needs. And they also indicate what we value most right here on this plane of existence. Okay. So that's something. Now, when we're taking Mercury, and we're putting Mercury in the second house. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some mental in it. Well, before we get into, having your mind on your money and your money on your mind, which that's most definitely something that comes along with this one, no doubt, man. I want you to first understand that these people right here, they're not theoretical people. No, sir. They're really intelligent. Don't get that twisted. But these were typically not your straight A students in school. That's not what they did. But when it comes to practical shit, yeah, now that's a whole different story. Yes, sir. Because when you put Mercury in the earthy house of the Venetian bull, hey, the tangible world becomes their cup of tea. Yeah. And making theories just for the sake of making theory, that don't make sense to them, because they want to see tangible proof and results of the shit that they're entertaining. Okay. They want to see that shit in the physical world. So while the sign could definitely alter this, because a Mercury in Pisces or a Mercury in Sag would manifest a little bit differently, I can't say this. More often than not, second house Mercury people are rational thinkers who value logic and facts way more than fantasies and theories. Okay. And it just has to make sense for them, you know. And with the second house being the house of finances, as I was kind of alluding to a second ago, if it can make both dollars and cents, now we talking. Oh, now we talking. Because Mercury in the second also speaks of an uncanny penchant for devising and finding clever ways to make money, man. That's real talk. And that right there probably revolves around them ledgering formidable communication skills and critical thinking abilities for some kind of financial gain. And that could all come all kinds of ways. I'm telling you right now, man, whether it be speaking or writing or commerce or even online work of some sort, that could all work out for them. It's also highly possible that they have some kind of business with their siblings with this one right here, with, you know, Mercury and that right there representing the younger siblings in a lot of instances. So that's something to think about. And, you know, whatever's going on, man, it's probably going to pay off for them. I'm just telling you that straight up, because the main thing this one signifies for me is an intelligence or at the very least, a technical interest where money and the acquisition of material goods is concerned. Okay. Additionally, such a person might also have certain values that serve the interests of financial gain, which might manifest in them being extremely cunning businessmen. I mean that, or extremely smart investors and strategists who can leverage insider knowledge and insight into the technical aspects of it all. And then, you know, they can make economics and financial markets kind of work in their favor, man. And the thing is with that, no matter how they get it done. Yeah. We talking turkey. No matter how they get it done, man, I'm telling you now that the pursuit of building up wealth and material security is indeed for them a very energizing and stimulating mental game. Okay. And it just, it puts them in a place like a lot of things can't, man. For real, man. For real. And, that right there, that's a lovely thing in this day and age that we live in. Plus, I'm going to say this also. A lot of them have an uncanny knack for inherently understanding what other people desire and how to engage them effectively. And then, you know, when you couple that with the power of persuasion that they have, you know, and the little thing that they have is it never seems too pushy. No, this little game they got right there, it can make them become power players for real. So don't let the smooth taste fool you. Don't let the smooth taste fool you, man. This is somebody right here who could sell salt to a slug, man, because their natural understanding of consumer psychology is second to none. I mean, second to none. And the art of closing the deal, that's something that they can excel at, because most of them are really aided by a really sizable knowledge about the specs and details of different deals and products that nobody else could ever fuck with. I mean it. I mean, they are that on point with that shit, man. And not to mention, a good number of them are informed consumers that are quite keen in the art of bargain shopping too. So yeah, man, I ain't afraid to tell you that, hey, Mercury in the second is the motherfucking definition of a hustler. This is a hustler right here. And hey, I will also say that every placement does have its pitfalls, and, you know, right here, one must be very alert, because, you know, with Mercury right here being the mercurial hustlers that they are, man, these people right here, they're very, very cunning hagglers and razor sharp con artists, which, you know, that ain't really so much of their problem as it is of yours. Yeah. Yeah. So don't get caught slipping. That's what I'm telling you. Do not get caught slipping. And lastly, man, you know, it doesn't just have to be, you know, all about money though, because the second house is also all about what we value the most. And with Mercury being here, it could just be said that knowledge is the most precious and valuable thing in the world for them. And so they're going to collect as much knowledge as earthly possible. But there's a whole bunch of different ways this could play out, okay? Because this one right here is a bad motherfucker. And you don't have to believe a word I just said, because the thing is, just because you built like that, you don't have to build like that. What I mean by that is we all have all this energy available to us. What you do with it is what you do with it. And even beyond that, it's not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And that's some priceless knowledge in itself. And there's been some priceless knowledge of self, man. I don't know what's going on with this cosmic experience. I'm going to try to do something when I get this done to try to clean it up. But I don't know, y'all. Bear with me. It's going to be like this in the next one too, probably. So I love y'all. Hey, now would be the time to hit that like button, because this one right here, I felt myself being on point. It's like I went into a zone. You know what I'm saying? I went into a zone. You know what I mean? I might have been, because I don't even know if that came from me. I was that on point. Hit the like button right now, man. If y'all fuck with me on any level. If you're interested in the astrological readings whatsoever, you can either hit me up in the comments below, or you can email me at mr.turner1300@gmail.com. Hey, I appreciate all the love and support, man. I really do. I'm down with y'all like 4 flats. I'm going to keep pumping out, working as much as I can do. And, hey, if you're waiting on a reading, I got it coming, man. It's going to be out on time because, like I said, I'm on point. I don't know what's going on, y'all. Like I said, maybe it has to do with I'm having a Mercury return right now. I mean, my Mercury, the transit Mercury is exactly conjunct my Mercury, while the moon is exactly conjunct my moon. And Jupiter's is actually, which is also conjunct my Jupiter, and Neptune right now, which is in retrograde, is conjunct all of that as well. Okay. So I have a lot of energy going on right now. So maybe that has a lot to do with it. Or maybe it's just my flyness won't quit. Either way, y'all fuck with me, cuz.